What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Week in Review. My name is Sean, and on this week's show, we have two games to talk about. We have Claybook and Sea of Thieves. We also have a limited edition item, and we'll look forward to the week's new releases. First, we'll start this week with a game that I mentioned last week in Claybook. This is a physics-based puzzler where all the objects and items are made out of clay. I spent an hour with it. I played the free trial that's available through the Xbox Preview program, and I really enjoyed trying to figure out the solutions to the puzzles or getting a certain object from point A to point B. I'd like to get back to it and play more, which is always a good sign for this type of game, and at $15 it's hard to really argue it. It also has a full 1000 gamer score, which is super rare for the game preview program games, so hopefully I'll get back to it in the near future. If not, I don't think it's the biggest mess in the world, but I am thinking about it after I've stopped playing, which is always a good sign. Second is Sea of Thieves. Holy moly, I love this game. I spent 9 hours over the weekend plundering the seas as the fearsome Captain Kesha, and I loved every minute of it. The concept is super simple. You're a pirate, you have a boat, you want treasure. Go get the treasure. You can find treasure by talking to the gold hoarder leader, who gives you voyages and maps, be it a specific map of an island, of the exact island with red X's on it, or a little bit more advanced with clues that tell you an island to go to and things to look for. I loved everything that this game had to offer, this alpha had to offer. I think the game looks great, I think it plays really, really well, and it's genuinely tense when some other boat shows up. I was just out in the sea going to Snake Island, and we were kind of just working our way there to figure out, you can get a little message from a bottle, and sometimes it'll just tell you that there are ghost pirates that are haunting specific islands. So we were on our way there, and out of nowhere, this other boat just full steam ahead with 4 people. We were only 2, so our boat was much smaller. Just full steam ahead comes rushing up beside us and scared the crap out of us. And as they're driving by, they go yelling into their microphones. They're sitting there going oh my gosh, we're going to totally steal their boat, as they ram full speed into the shore, damaging their boat. And I can't wait to get back to that. I can't wait to have more experiences like that. This game was so good, and if it does that, it's going to be amazing. The game comes out in a month, and I can't wait to have more experiences like that. That was hilarious. It was so much fun to do. We eventually got our boat back, and it was all good, but it was still super startling and really funny to watch them crash into the shoreline. It was great. If I have one thing that I would maybe kind of nitpick with, I wish you could find more cleverly hidden out in the open treasure chests, and more of the message in the bottle sorts of things. It would give me more of a reason to go back and look more thoroughly through the islands that I'm already on for other objectives, and it would give me a reason to stop at smaller islands that are on the way to or from the outpost or wherever I'm going. I think that would help a little bit with, for me at least, with the exploration aspect of the game. The game is out March 20th, and it's a free download if you have Xbox Game Pass, which is a huge deal. Microsoft a couple of weeks ago, or probably a month or so ago, announced that all Microsoft Studio games coming out this year and into the future are going to be day and date with Xbox Game Pass. So that includes Crackdown 3, State of Decay 2, and Sea of Thieves. And I think of those 3 games that they mentioned by name, and there will be more like Forza and Gears and Halo and all that stuff, Sea of Thieves is the game that needs that the most. This game needed this beta the most. I've been excited for this game since 2015 when they first revealed it. The biggest problem I had with this game was I didn't know really what it was. It was a similar feeling I had when Destiny was initially being announced and talked about, as they kept talking about and showing off oh, here's how it looks and here's what it is, but I never understood the game. I felt that way with Sea of Thieves, where I was really excited because pirate adventures are cool, and you control a ship and you find treasure, and all that stuff sounds really awesome, but I just couldn't put it together in my head of how that was going to work. Playing this beta has crushed all of my expectations for this game. I am riding sky high on this bad boy. I can't wait to get back into this game, and I think the beta does a tremendous job of showing how all of these systems interact, and it gives me a reason to be so ridiculously excited for March 20th. I can't wait to play this game. I'll have lots more coverage, including, hopefully, maybe even some gameplay footage in the future, but until then, those are my first impressions, initial thoughts on the beta. Again, can't wait. So excited to get back into this game. So stay tuned for more coverage on Sea of Thieves. Speaking of Sea of Thieves, we're now to our limited edition segment, which is a little bit different this week. Normally I find random dumb garbage foods at Quickie Marts and all that good stuff, but this week I have a little something that actually says limited edition on the box. It's the Sea of Thieves Xbox One controller, and it looks absolutely incredible. So I'm going to crack this open real quick, get my handy dandy knife, if I can find it right here. Giving me a knife. Not a great idea, but somebody did it, so whatever. We'll crack this open. Show you just this little. So that's not gonna end well if I do it that way. Boom. All right. Safety first. Safety first, Sean. $10 if you get the reference. I'm kidding. I'm not giving you $10. It's from Shaun of the Dead, but I'm not giving you $10. Ooh, this controller looks so freaking good. Oh my gosh. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to ruin it with my gross ugly fingers. Getting my finger stains all over it. But man, I don't know how well it shows on camera, but holy mackerel. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, it looks so good. Guess it is. It's a little bit see-through on the top. The purple looks really great with the green. There's a little I don't know, something on the back. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but there are two of them like sword fighting. The right control stick is gold, which is completely awesome. My camera is really not wanting to pick it up. Oh well, you get the idea of it. This controller is great. I can't wait to use it when it comes out, when Sea of Thieves comes out on March 20th, which I've said like 4 times. But you can't stop this hype train. Kesha is running it, and you can't stop it because she is hyped. Well, I'm hyped, and I'm going to be Kesha in the game, so doesn't matter. You'll figure it out. Surprisingly, I didn't pick to be like Aaron Rodgers, but whatever. I want to be a unicorn warrior. That's mainly the point. Captain Kesha and the Unicorn Warriors. At this point, I'm just talking about how much I love Kesha, which is fine. This controller looks super great. If you get the box, if you get the controller in the box, not only do you get 2 free AA batteries, put rechargeable batteries in the controller, for the love of God, Microsoft. It's 2018. Anyway, you get 2 of those, but you also get and I don't think you can read that. Doesn't matter. I'm going to redeem it here in a minute. You get... I really need to cover that up. You get an exclusive in-game Ferryman clothing set, which they don't actually show, but you get that. And you get 14 free days of Xbox Game Pass. There are codes all over the place. I don't really care. This one I'm not going to use. So there's 14 free days of Xbox Game Pass if you need it. Here's 14 free days of Xbox Live Gold if you need it. I'm not going to use it. So there you go. Giving away free stuff. Once in a blue moon because I accidentally revealed the code. This is super great. You'll see it on the shelf behind me there when I'm all done with it. So not all done with it, but when I'm done with this segment. So look for that in the background next week. Go buy this controller and go buy this freaking game because it's so flippin' good. And this controller is beautiful. Looking forward to the week's new releases we have on Blu-ray. We have the Florida Project, which is a movie I am really excited to watch again. I saw it initially at the Magic Lantern, and boy, did I have some thoughts about that movie, specifically the ending. And I'm really looking forward to watching it again to see if maybe there was something I missed. Hopefully I'll pick it up this week and I have more impressions, more in-depth impressions for you next week, or it'll be 8 minutes of me complaining about how dumb the ending was. So get excited for that. In theaters this week is the dark comedy Game Night, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. I'll probably check that out on Sunday. 2 games out this week, even though I feel like I'm missing something. I thought this week was busier than it actually is, but that's okay. Maybe there are a couple next week that I jumbled together. It doesn't really matter. There are 2 games out this week. That's the important part. We have the psychological thriller Past Cure and the sci-fi mystery The Station. I probably won't get to those anytime in the near future. But they're out. If you're curious about them, check them out. I'll be sure to keep my eye on them. Hopefully I'll pick them up on a sale or something. I don't know, maybe we'll hit like a little bit of a lull later on in the summer, and I will give them a shot then. So that's what's new on big and small and game digital service Blu-ray land this week. Thank you so much for joining me here on Week in Review. As always, leave your comments down below if I missed something, or if you're not excited, you're not on the hype boat, which is the joke I should have used when I was doing my unboxing. It should have been hype train, it should have been hype boat. Man, that was... I missed that joke. Anyway, leave your comments below if you're hyped for something I'm not, if I missed something, if I'm just wrong, which isn't gonna happen. Sean's always right. And be sure to comment and subscribe and like and do all that fun stuff so you see all these great videos of controller unboxings and me not almost breaking this precious Ernie glass. I'm sorry, Ernie. We'll see you next week. I'm so sorry. I wasn't trying to break you. I'm so sorry.